So you found your problem, and then you have to think about the method and the objective and the goals for the problem, the solution of your problem. So the first step, so sometimes you tend to blame. You tend to blame other persons, but you don't search for the core of the problem, the real core of the problem. So now I'm gonna talk about a method to find the root of the cause of the problem, asking 5 times why. 5 times why. It's not you don't need anything statistically and maths. The first is that you have like steps, and you are gonna following step by step so you can find the root of your problem. So when you find your problem, the group, you have to think with the whole group. You have to, with speaking with the whole group, to think and talking to each other. What is the root of your problem? Then you, together with everyone, must agree that this is the main cause. So you have to ask. You have to say what happened and why that happened. And now we're gonna say that why this method is happens together with your teams. Ai, minha internet não dá. Eu tô traduzindo, não dá, a internet parou. The group was the first why that the group was asking themselves, like, what was the main thing that had so many garbage in the street. And then they thought that they didn't have enough garbage trash can enough. But when they saw it, they had a lot of trash can on the street. So then they thought a little bit more, and then they came with they didn't have selective collect as the city had. This is something that the city do. So then they said that they had this. They saw that they had this, and then they came with a third why that would be the missing those workers that work with the cleaning the street, but they were there. And then they came with a fourth why that was they thought that was missing the education about the natural environment in the schools. And then the 5, but they said that they saw that they had this in the schools, and then they came with the 5 why. The 5th why was that they were missing events, workshops, meetings that would promote the people thinking about the importance of the cleaning, keeping the environment clean. So once when they were together, they had to fill all this table here. So they fill it. Obviously, then one step on your in the piece designer, you're gonna fill with this whole table here together with your group. It's also interesting if the group research that if there are some kind of organization or the government is doing something about this problem that you're thinking. So they had to do they have to analyze everything and put this in paper and write it down. So when to find the root of your problem, you have to think about the why that the problem is, what is the cause of the problem, and then you have to ask why, and then someone has to say no, but you have this. You don't need to have to ask 5 times, but it's cool for you to try enough time to arrive at the cause of the problem. Besides that, it's really cool for all the participants of the group start to searching the real problem and the cause and everything about this problem. So then they're gonna be stronger and more. They're gonna know more thing, and then when they're gonna know more thing, and then this is gonna help them to know the cause of the problem, to find the cause of the problem. We had this project about the kitchen oil. And then this is really common. You have this project in the cities and also the government, but it has its limits. So this project that wins, they won the piece designer in this year. They thought that it's kind of difficult for you to give the oil points of call it the government call it the oil. You don't know where to put it. So this project that won, they thought about somewhere that you can give the oil there. So even though your project is very small, you can help to solve a bigger problem that it was in another bigger project. Because if you are home, you see your oil there and you don't know where to throw it out. So you don't know where to throw, you don't know where to put it. So this project, they thought where you can go there and throw it out. So now we're gonna go to through another step of our workshop. It is about the SMART goals. Until now you have the core of the problem, the root of the problem, and also your problem. But now you have to achieve the goal of your project. That is resolving your problem, solving your problem. So for you to solve your problem, you have to establish some kind of goals. The goal is not that easy, but it's good. But it's good for you to think, and also you have to choose and put SMART goals. So the first thing that they have some kind of points in this SMART goals. The first one, you have to be specific. Because if you think about that, I have this site, and then I want to raise the numbers of the people who are visiting my website, this website. But this is kind of open. This is not as specific, but you have to be really specific. So another point is you have to be, you have to be able to measure your goal. You have to be able to quantify what you are having. So actually, if you think about when you want to think that you want to raise the number of the people who are visiting your website, you have to The third point is you have to be, you can accomplish your goal. So you can accomplish your goal with everything that you have with in your hands. So you want to raise the number on your website, but you don't do the marketing, you don't do your advertisement. So this is not gonna be accomplished. So you have to be a goal that you can do, and also it has to be relevant. So you have to ask yourself that this goal is actually really important for me. So this is gonna be important for the society. So this is another point that it's in the SMART goals. And also the period of time. You have to establish a limit the time that you think about this project. It's gonna be the time that you put is the time that you need to with your project. So you have to think about a deadline, so that this deadline will have to be enough for you to accomplish all your goals. So it has to be specific, and also you have to be able to quantify your and also have to be it has to be a goal that you can achieve, and you have to think that if you want to achieve it, you have to use everything that you have on your hand, so you can make it real. And it has to be relevant, and also you have to have a limit of time. And also you have to consider some things, like you have also to monitor your actions. The result is something that it makes you cheer up. The results cheer you up. If you don't have any kind of results, you're gonna be a little bit wishy-washy. So you have to keep your group together. And what is our conclusion about the SMART goals? So as you go thinking about your goals, you're gonna thinking about something that is gonna be concrete to solve your problem. So tomorrow we're gonna talk about the mind map, and then when you establish something smart and good, you're gonna have the execution plan complete also. So for the conclusion, I'm gonna give the example of my project. The project is this. So my project, I did it in 2019. It calls Spreading the Future. So I'm gonna show you. I'm giving this example to show you our SMART goals. We saw that have a lot of problems in the world, and one of those problems was the problem with the natural environment. You can say a lot of those things about these problems. And we saw that they had a lot of projects about this, but also this project was very distant of the core. So we realized that we had to do a project that was inside the inner education of the human being. because even though we had a good politics and also education, it's gonna be limited. It's gonna have its limit, because if the society doesn't have this inner education of the human being, it is missing. So if you have this education, then you will be able to actually change the society. So before the YSP, we were actually doing lectures in the school, and then we thought that we could put together the education about the natural environment, and also the education of the inner character. No, it's not character. So we know that this project has a lot of. Actually, this project already exists, but they are not focusing on your persona, on the character, the inner character of the human being. And also we thought about that if you do this vegetable garden, you can think about that the school in the small city can also help another its neighborhood, even though it's a small thing. You can actually mentor it, and it has its impact in the society. And we were focusing for the natural environment education, and we were also inside this natural environment education. We were talking also about the inner character education. So that the children and also the students can understand the value of the universal values. So they are going to understand more and then change themselves in this project. So we did all the work with the vegetables, and also working with your conscience. Because you are not giving the education just for the vegetables, you're also giving education about the character. Another good point that was in the SMART goal of our group, that you don't have to, the budget is kind of low. It's a low budget, but it's a great benefit. So basically it's this. I'm gonna thank you all. I hope that this short explanation helped for you to understand a little bit more and also search a little bit more. If you have more interest about this, then I can talk with you later. So thank you. Good evening, everybody. So first, this marketing area, it's a little bit crazy because of the time. And the marketing time is really important. So because you have to plan everything and think about what you want to say, which point is more attracting for the people, and also so you can sell, you can go deliver. So you have to deliver a kind of benefits. You have to think first that who am I talking with? What interests this person? What can I give to this person? And also I have to think about this person will do not like, and then you have to put everything of this together in your post. But I didn't have enough time, and then this was kind of a rush. So I'm going to talk about my experience and think about that, also things that you should not do, and also things that have worked out for me. So you can also do better, and I hope that you're gonna do this with more time with planning. So now I have a calendar. The first thing that I wanted to do is a calendar so we can plan all our actions. When you talk about the social media, you have to think about which thing you want to say. You have to think the time of the post. You cannot post everything in one day. You have to give it time. A lot of things we didn't plan, but because it was in a hush. But if you now you start planning really with times, then it's gonna be okay. Now we have an example with our art. The WhatsApp is a very cool tool because you have proportions that it's really huge, that it's gonna go somewhere that you couldn't even imagine, and it's gonna reach a lot of people. So I think that we should have invest in the WhatsApp, but we didn't. Because the WhatsApp, you're gonna share with those people that it's really close to you, even though you post in another social media, you're gonna reach people that is not that close to you. So I think that we should have explored more this connections with the close people, because I think if we have gathering and have done lives, you're gonna reach more people, and then those people are gonna connect with the other people that it's close to them. So we got one person, and if we did it right, we could got 5. So if we have done this in advance and planning everything, I think that it ended and have done lives, I think that we could have explored more this tool. So this is kind of a reflection for the next time. This is an example of an email that we did to confirm your subscription. because when you do your subscription, you don't know, you are kind of insecure that if it went right or if it went wrong, and you send this email, you're gonna feel, the person's gonna feel that it's more important in the importance of the thing. So each post, we saw all the engagement and everything, but and then also we were like playing about with the themes, like with the things that people they like. So you can play with this in your post. And also the hour is very important, the time that you're gonna post. That's why it has to be planned, because if you post something really late, it's not gonna be as seen as you want it to be seen. So this is our report. I have this video. This video should have been done in advance, but we should have, and also do kind of stories in your with a vertical format, because stories is kind of cool because you can do it spontaneously. So it's kind of cool. We should do this in advance, but we didn't do the story thing. And we had to do the version also in English and Spanish and Portuguese version, because in our YSP was Latin America, but we did just in Portuguese. So here we have a point that we should be really improve, but we didn't, because we didn't thought about who is the person that I do want to talk, I'm gonna speak with here. And that's why our website, we're not, and also our page in Facebook, and also our Facebook page, it was not actually really cool, and didn't deliver the page, and also our content wasn't actually delivered for those students and those people that we wanted to achieve. It has to deliver, it has to arrive for the right public, in the right public that you want to. And also we had to think about retention, because the person can go there, but it has to stay there. You have to, and also have to have interaction. So the marketing group has to always think about the interaction and also retention. Because if you do a very long video, the person is not gonna stay until the end. So you have to be really quick. It also has to have always images. If you do a text without image, it's not so good. And also there's a lot of things related with there's a lot of things related about the videos, because we have Spanish public and Portuguese public, and then our videos was always in Spanish or in Portuguese, and then this is kind of messy. We did a live with Sunsan, because Sunsan, he knows a lot of people, and then when you have a guest with the and then their life, the social media, if the person, they do not follow you, but they follow the guest, and then it's gonna reach more people than just your public. And also the guest, you're gonna benefit both of you and also the guest. And also the whole family, the whole Sumsum's family also share and helped us. We posted the post kind of late, so that's why, because we didn't have time to plan it. But if it was really, if you plan it in advance, it's gonna be really cool. So those lives, it's really good, because everyone received like a note that they are doing a live. But now it's not gonna work as much as before, because everyone is doing live right now. And also you have to save your live in the IGTV on Instagram. Please don't forget to save it. The IGTV, for those who don't know, is where it stays the video on your Instagram, your feed. And also keep reminding on the social media, and if the person has subscribed, and trying to keep it in touch with them, because it's normal for you to subscribe in something and just let it go, just forget about it. So that's why you have to keep making content, make things that keep them in touch with you and them motivated to participate. And also we had a theme. We have a theme. It's in your profile, on Facebook profile. But we had it, but again, we didn't plan it in advance. So that's why it didn't have that much of relevance that we wanted to. And then we thought, and then one thing that was really good, that we thought that to put it in the live on Facebook also, not just on Zoom. We put it in on Facebook. We were kind of afraid, but it was really good. It was something really good, and our page was now it's really achieve a really bigger place, because the youth, when they are there, they got really excited about this. And then also the adults, they got really excited when they see that is the young that are doing everything. And we have this strategy that is to post all the projects, and what in the grade was the number of likes and the shares. So, and then the number of the likes and the share was a part of the grade. And then when you have a lot of like the page, your Instagram, the Facebook page, it gets really relevant, and then the Facebook thinks that it's a really relevant page, and then it's gonna go up. And also the youngs and everyone was really happy, was really excited. So when you are the marketing, you have to think about all the publics, because those who were not participating, they thought about it, and then they saw how huge they was, and they think, oh, now the next time I'm gonna participate it. Because we have to think about all the public, how to keep all the publics motivated, not just those who are not participating, but also those who are participating. So this video is something that wasn't that, the performance of this video wasn't that good. And then I think that because it didn't have the legend, the subtitles, because when you are rolling your feed, it's very important when you have the subtitles, because sometimes the people does not even click in the video, they just see the video just for the subtitles. All the things that we did live, it was really good. So actually this was a great idea, but it didn't work that good. It didn't work the way that we wanted. Is the Facebook group. To keep in touch with everyone that were participating in the group. So those who were there, they could talk with everyone and change ideas. It's a really good idea, but it didn't work out. But yeah, we thought about like they changing their talents and their abilities to help each other, but yeah, it didn't work. But we're thinking that if we did this in advance since the beginning, maybe it could work, because the people are gonna they're gonna talk and speak with each other if they're feeling comfortable. If we did this group before, and then before the piece designer ends, it probably, I believe, that could work. And this is good because you can keep in touch with everyone. But if you don't plan it in advance, this is not gonna work. And also the audience and the lives were really good. We have a lot of reports. In the first, when we first post the event post, we had a 525 followers, and in our last post we had 2,347 followers. So the good thing that the person, when they like your page and they follow you, they are gonna receive your content. So that's why it's a really good thing that you have to post, and even though they are not in a piece designer moment, because when you post everything, keep posting things, the Facebook are looking at you and say that you are active, and they are gonna keep showing your posts for those people who liked your page. So the cool strategy that we did, because remember when we posted all the projects in our page, 24 people unfollowed us. So we think that it was so many things that people was kind of tormenting with all those photos. But because you cannot post a lot of things in a row. But yeah, it was really good, but you have to be careful. Unfortunately, we couldn't receive the report with the media that we paid. I think that because there are less persons working there because during the coronavirus. So you should also keep saving your reports. Oh, there we have something really important here, because in your Facebook, you can see when your public is more on Facebook. And then you have to post in the time where there are most people online. Looking at this, the 2 a.m. in the 2 p.m. It's a really good time. It's a really good moment for you to post. So the videos has the best performance when you are looking for audience. So the most followers that follow us is church members, and then you can analyze everything that your public, your audience. because when the I hope I can understand later why we couldn't achieve the public that we wanted. So there's this point that we need to improve. That is planning is really essential, and then you cannot post a lot of things in the same day, and then you can divide all the responsibilities in the team, because if you do a lot of things, you're gonna be crazy. You're gonna think about the planning, the posting, the designing, and everything. You're gonna be crazy. So that the good thing is that you have to have a good group. Even though we had a group, because of the lack of time, it wasn't good enough. And also, we couldn't get our visual identity because we didn't have time to plan, because it's like the colors that the color that's gonna identify your page. But that is something that you should not forget. You have to try to keep the YSP colors. And also when you're gonna post, so that's one of the point that you have to plan. And also a lot of people interact with us in the story on the Instagram, but we couldn't repost, we couldn't do a lot of things. So that's why it was really cool, but we couldn't do this. We didn't have time, and because if we had time just for the few of them, and then we couldn't do a lot of persons for all of them that mention us. So that's why we did do any one of repost. Our page is quite stronger on Facebook than the Instagram. Which is something kind of peculiar, because the youngs are on the Instagram than on Facebook. And maybe we are thinking that I think that is our parents and our grandparents and also all the children of the church are liking our page to keep us motivated, and but we couldn't reach the public. We couldn't reach the target. But because the Facebook, you can get more reports and everything. You can manage better than the Instagram, but the Instagram, it's better for you to achieve your target, that is the young public. But I think that we should explore a lot more the stories. Please don't forget the stories on Instagram, and also we are thinking about the TikTok. It's another opportunity. We also forgot to put the call to action, that is to call the public to do something. We ourselves, we know that this is very important, but it was really impossible to do. So this is conclusion and impressions. The live transmissions has a better performance than the videos, and the videos is really difficult, because you have to plan, you have to do your script, and the live transmission it's not that difficult, and it performed really better. I don't, the Instagram, it does not give you a report as Facebook. But you have to remember that Instagram itself, it does not give your all reports, but you have softwares that can do it. So if you think about that, the Instagram is a really, you can reach your target easier than the Facebook. You have to think about the softwares. Again, we have to work with our target public. But when we were in the moment of the YSP, we had our website, and also the traffic in our website, and also the visiting, they were really high, and this is really good for our website. So that's it. Thank you. So, well, this is it. I think when you when you are working with the marketing, you have to think about the goal of the event and the objective of the event, and thinking about who are you going to talk about. So when you think who are you going to talk with, you are going to put in this person's shoes, in the person's place. So you have to think, what does she want to hear, what does she need, what is, and then you're gonna trying to build a communication to rise and then offer all the qualities that you can offer them. So I think what was lacking was when you were improving your knowledge in the technical thing. It's also like math, when you know the theory, but when you're gonna put it in practice, it's kind of difficult. So I hope in the next times you're gonna do better. I don't know if you understand a lot of things that I talked about, but so I hope that we can do another workshop like this in the next piece design workshop, so we can talk about what was better than this last one. And so no one was mad with anyone, so I think it kind of worked out. So I think it's it. I have 2 questions about this, about the 5 whys. So in the step 2, you have that method. You have the method, the 5 whys. Does the first why has to be connected with the second why, or it has to be or it can be any kind of why, disconnected? So and also was the questions about the orange table and the blue table. So the thing is, you can also, as I said before, you can find a lot of calls, a lot of course. So we don't need to find all of them. So in the first step here, you can it can be connected, all the whys. It can be connected, but it can be that when you are discussing with your team, you can find another kind of whys there, another kind of causes there, and also and then you don't need to find all of them, but you can try to research and go inside and trying to find the root. So that's what I can answer. So Hunga, the main thing is that you have to find the root of the problem. The why doesn't have to be connected or disconnected. The thing is how you're gonna find the root of the problem. Root. So if you have another kind of question, please write down below, send us. So the next question is some kind of teams. So this girl, she said that she saw one of the teams doing like they could find the problem and they could find the calls, but they could not go. They could not find the root and also go more inside. And then she said she asked it, how can we help them to research and then know more about the problem? And then the lecturer is saying, oh, actually she was in a piece designer that was kind of the first piece designer. We did it just in one day and then we didn't have time. But when in the piece designer, the workshop piece designer version, original version, you have time, you have a week. And then you have a week to think. So that's why I think the piece designer that she was in, they didn't have time to do this. It just went one day. So the thing is, you have to give them time so they can research about if there are any kind of action that it's going on with our project, the calls and the problem. So, and you are thinking you have to research if the cause of a problem and the solve of a problem is also matching with all the researches that you are going to do. Because sometimes if you are thinking of the solution, how you're going to solve the problem, sometimes there are another organization that are also bigger and then putting in reality, in practice, and then they can research about it more and and thinking about it a little bit more. So that's why we have a monitoring, and they also can help them to research more and ask them. So I want to just add something? Actually, the 5 whys point, it's for you to understand the root of the cause. Because if you think about that, if the student is not going to school, so if you think about, if you're trying to find the 5 whys, you have to the whys is like you can say things that is, it didn't work out, is not happening. So when you think about, oh, the student does not want to go to school, is because the class is not creative enough. So when you have this creative in your classroom, the children keep not going, and then you think, no, this is not why actually. So when you think about that, oh, they were guessing that the children are hungry, and they are not coming because it's too much time, and they get hungry, and then they try to solve this, but the children keep not going. So if you try to solve the problem thinking about the problems that is not actually the cause, then is not gonna work. So I'm gonna another question is about the marketing. So I hope Selena can help us with this question. So the question is it possible for you to segmentate the public in a automatic way? So the answer is that, yeah, actually this was the main point, that we couldn't do it right. So the thing is, when you open your page, they can ask, what is the page that looks like you, that seems like yours, and then and then those persons who likes those pages you can try to find your public there. There's another kind of ways that you can do this. You can do this, but it takes time. It's kind of, you have to build it little by little, because the Facebook, it's gonna see the public that is liking your page, that is liking your posts, and then it's gonna be easier. But and also you can have another software that is gonna help you. Is helping you doing this. But yeah. So I think, and then also this kind of tools, you can work with these tools even though you don't know anything about these tools. You can watch tutorials and on internet, on YouTube. Yeah, you can try to research in tutorials. So it is something that you have to build, because you have to study your public. It's not something that you do automatically in just one sit. So you that have a question, please write in the chat, and send to us. So we have another question. Just reminding you all, if you are not in our WhatsApp group, you can participate it. So Aileen is asking about the second step in the Peace Designer workshop. So the monitor has this rule to motivate and cheer the team up. So what is your advice for the monitor to help them to do that SMART goals? So sometimes the group, they actually did not, so actually the group and the team does not understand about the group does not understand about the SMART goals. So how can the monitor help? First of all, you have to change the way that we think, because the SMART goal will put you in a place. It will put you in a place that you have to work, and it's kind of difficult to work with your project. Because when you are together with your team, you are starting talking about any kind of things, spacing out. Because it's not easy, because we have a lot of ideas. So that's why you have to be really strict with yourself, and think about the goal, your goal. And even though you want to think about a goal that it's finish with all the hungry in the world and with all the hungry in the world, but you have to ask yourself how. And so there's a lot of ideas in your group, so you have to write it down and talk about each idea. And also you have to put a time limit, a deadline, and that's why it's a little bit difficult. So for to give more place and space to everyone talk about and everyone give its opinion, the monitor is really important, so the people can keep motivate. And then when the team is united, everyone will want to do help with the group.